going on, guys? Welcome to another video. We're going to skip straight into the top of the second here. Cody Seager's going to get changeup, I believe, right down the middle. Might have been a slider, and he's going to take that. Absolutely pull that ball. It's going to be a double. So we're going to try to bring him in here. David Wright coming up next. We're actually going to get jammed here with an inside sinker. Somehow we're going to get a hit on it. I'm trying to send Corey Seager to third, but he does a stupid animation that dives, and somehow David Wright makes it on time to first, but we weren't able to bring those runners in. Here at the top of the third, Mike Trout gets a little one out walk and then tries to sneak in a side step fastball inside, and Cody Bellinger absolutely destroys that one out. So now Carlos Correa facing Tim Lincecum in this game, by the way, guys. Comes in with the awkward high slider. We're too early on that one. He's going to come off speed again here to Carlos Correa. And he's going to absolutely murder that ball. So that's back-to-back home runs here. Top of the third inning. We are playing at the Texas Stadium. So here at bottom of the fourth, my opponent was hitless. Still, we're pitching Juan Marichal. I love this card, man. His delivery is extremely awkward. And if you can mix in the fastball and the changeup, it's really effective. When he's going to pull this changeup, Cody Bellinger is going to miss it. So he's going to have a 2-out single right here with this creative player. 98 speed on base. Usually when there's a guy with 2 outs on base that's fast, I don't really worry about him. If he wants to steal second, he can go ahead and take it, because I want to focus on eliminating the batter here. But we don't get that first call. Throw a high and away fastball, steal second, which is okay. But we're falling behind 2-0 here. Both were easily strikes, but the umpire didn't want to give us any of those, so we come with the four seam inside here. 2-1. We're trying to sneak in. Change up. Umpire doesn't want to give us any of these goals, so at this point he's got David Wright coming up next, so I'm just going to walk Joey Votto here and face righty on righty here. Just try and get a ground out on a late jam hit. So we're going to start him off with the slider here. Completely missed my spot, but it ends up being a pretty good slider. He had good timing, but for some reason it check swung. So we're going to sneak in that fastball inside, and MLB The Show 17. There you go. That's a late jam 90 mile per hour exit velo hit right there for you. So he's going to bring in a runner in, but we get to keep the runners at first and second. Here we got Reggie Jackson with 2 outs. Not the guy you want to face, but I didn't want to load the bases to face a righty anyways. So we're going to start in with a fastball again. We don't get any of those calls, so we're behind 1-0. Change up low and away, and my opponent is late on that one. So we're going to come with the fastball up and away again. See if we can paint the corner. Crushes the ball, but it's foul. So now we're on a 1-2 count here. We're going to see if we can put him away with the low and inside changeup. And it grounds out to Carlos Correa, who makes an easy play. Throws to first. Cody Bellinger just got that one, so we get out of that jump. Here we're going to skip into the 7th. We got our creative player here, still a 3-1 game. And our creative player, he's not going to miss the breaking ball this guy's about to hit us. For some reason, he decided to throw slider right down the middle, and we took that one deep. So it's going to be another home run here, guys. I realized that my opponent was leaving off-speed pitches inside the strike zone way too often, so I was just sitting on one of them, just to make sure the fastball wasn't going to be past me. But here, we're still at the top of the 7th. Tim Lincecum is already at 99 pitches. Tries to sneak in a fastball, and Cody Bellinger that takes that one opposite field. That's 2 home runs and a double for Cody Bellinger in this game. And that card is absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to skip here to the bottom of the 7th. We're facing Reggie Jackson. My opponent still only has those hits I've shown you. Hasn't been able to do anything else against Marichal. But his pitch count is starting to go up, so I think this is going to be his last inning, and then I was going to take him out because I didn't want him to be predictable anymore. Plus, he was going to be tired, so he was going to be missing pitches. Here, Reggie Jackson crushes a curveball and make a stupid diving attempt right there, jump attempt, but that's going to be a 2-0 double. But that's all it's going to be. It's going to have the postseason card here, the Joe Springer, coming out trying to bring in that runner scoring position. We're going to start him with a slider. He's very early on that one. So we're going to come back with it again. We do miss our spot right there. Is a changeup actually. He check swings. We're still going off speed here. See if he can time it perfectly. That's a good slider, but umpire doesn't want to give it to us, so we're falling behind 2-1. So here we're going to hang this pitch in the strike zone. Umpire doesn't want to give us any calls today, so we fall behind 3-1. We're still going off speed here. Throw a slider right down the middle. He crushes the ball, but fortunately for us, that one's going to stay in. Creative player's going to make that play. Here we're going to skip straight into the 8th. It's a 6-1 lead. David Wright did end up hitting a home run off of Eric Gagne. And here's got David Price pitching, who I actually struggle a lot to hit against for some reason. But my opponent gets ahead of the count here, 0-2. So we're looking at fastball right here. Cutter inside, possibly. But for some reason, it hangs a changeup right down the middle. We take that one deep, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be good enough for a double. So our creative player gets a double. Now we got a player in scoring position, see if we can bring him in. With Trouts, we got 2 out. I don't know why, guys, but I haven't been able to hit that well with Mike Trout lately. I'm just not locating my PCI well with him. I think I'm just too tempted to swing with him. I get good hits that I end up just missing my spots. Like right there, that's a fastball right down the middle, and we get underneath that one. So that's gonna be it for that inning. Here we're gonna go all the way to the top of the 9th. We've got Carlos Correa tries to sneak in a fastball with Calvin Herrera, and we take that one opposite field. So that's gonna do another home run. It's a 7-1 lead. Carlos Beltran here, and we're gonna go after first pitch. It's good to see him away. It's a good hit, but that's gonna be right onto the shift. Jimmy Rollins is gonna make an easy play to first, and Corey Seager's coming up. He's 2 for 4. Still wants to leave Calvin Herrera in. At this point, my opponent gave up. Throws in a good slider inside, but Corey Seager hits that one just late. First single right down the middle. So we get another base runner. Now David Wright, we're looking for the fastball inside, and he does throw a changeup. We're early, and on top of that one, we're looking fastball here. But it's going to come with the off speed once again. Check swing. Umpire finally gives us a call. So it's a 1-1 count now. I'm definitely looking for a fastball, and it does gives it to us. It's us at the strike, so now we chase. So that's going to be the final out. So now we just got to put this game away here. We've got Curtis Granderson against Chapman. He takes off Granderson, of course. He's got no stats against lefties. Probably platoons Granderson with Andrew McCutchen because basically they're both basically the same. They can only hit opposite throwing pitchers. So it puts him McCutchen. So we bring in Betances. I'm guessing he didn't have anyone to pinch hit with a lefty. So we're going to start with 2 breaking ball pitches here. It's 1-1 count. We're going to sneak in a low 4-seamer inside. Check swings, but he was way behind that one. And we're going to throw this pitch that I love throwing with him. It's the cutter inside. And it's going to be too late on that one, so we're going to blow that one past him. Now he's got his creative player up. I'm sorry. Going to throw a cutter inside. That one's out of the strike zone. That's a good take by him. We're going to go with the 4-seam inside here. Low and inside. Umpire doesn't want to give us the call. So we fall behind 2-0. Breaking pitch here. It's late on that one. That's such an awkward pitch with Betances. And now, once we throw the breaking pitch, we're going to throw in the fastball up and in. And he almost takes that one deep, but it's just late. 10 feet off the foul. And now we're going to throw an awkward high sliver right there. It's going to make contact with him, but it's going to be a weak pop-up for our creative player right there. And now we're going to face the final out, which is Joey Votto. So we're going to bring in Felipe Rivero here. We're just going to warm up Kenley Jensen just in case Votto gets on base to face David Wright. We're going to start him off with a changeup inside. We miss our spot, but he ends up being down the middle, but it's still late on it, so that told me that he can't really hit those inside pitches that well. So we're going to go with an awkward high slider right there to Joey Votto. It's very late on it, so now we can blow this 4-seamer past him right here, guys. And that's going to be a ball game. If you guys enjoyed, please hit the like button. subscribe, and I'll be uploading more gameplay. Thank you.